2025. Welcome back to Real Commentary 365. This is Terrence, your chief commentator with the today's message. Today I want to talk about what's going on in terms of how our society refuses to hold people accountable for their actions. When I was growing up, there was such a thing as shame and accountability. If you did something wrong, you know, your other kids on the playground or others out there would say, hey, you know, what you did was wrong, you should not do that, all of those kinds of things. Now we have a situation in our society where pretty much everything goes. Any attempt to correct, any attempt to correct any individual or individuals about their personal behavior and conduct, you're going to be derided as being judgmental. This is especially the case within the Black American community. For example, one of the things that I absolutely detest is when I see young black men walking around wearing a belt with their pants halfway down their behinds. That to me is disgusting. It is a feminine mindset because grown men don't walk around showing their drawers. Okay, that is something that I have seen grown women do, but that's what I would expect from a woman. I don't expect that from a man. So when I see that and you speak out against it, people say, oh, you're being judgmental. Oh, you're being this. Oh, you're being that. Or if I see young black women walking around wearing bonnets and all kinds of other mess, pajamas out in public, if I say something about it, people are saying, well, what business is yours? What business is this? Or if I look at a presidential candidate, Vice President Harris, last year during the election, she had this Meg the Stallion. She invited her, was in attendance at a concert with her. Why would I, as a presidential candidate, want to be associated with someone like Meg the Stallion? I mean, listen, she's an entertainer. People who want to go see her and see the foul stuff that she does, God bless them. It's their money. They can spend it as they darn well desire. So let them go do it. So the other thing is, this issue in our society is beyond just what I see with African Americans or Black Americans. It is also just a general society-wide phenom where behaviors that used to be viewed as unseemly, degenerate, just not something that you should do in public, we now don't want to condone it. We don't want to say, hey, we don't want to condemn it. We want to just condone it. We just want to say, everything goes, it's perfectly okay, maybe you're the problem, you got the hang up, etc., etc. But I call BS on that. You know, in life, I believe that a person, you have to have standards. You have to have a set of standards by which you live. If you're a religious person, I don't care what religion it is, Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, they all have sets of moral codes. They have rules by which you have to adhere to. Now, in the Christian realm, because I grew up as a Christian and a Protestant, I always go back to the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments lays out a set of rules, set of values, a code of conduct that we need to adhere to. For example, it clearly states that, thou shalt not steal, okay? Thou shalt not murder. Some people in the Christian realm say it says thou shalt not kill, but that's not correct. It's really the interpretation from the Hebrew. And if you go to the Hebrew Bible that Jews use, the Tanakh, the Torah, the translation is thou shalt not murder. So my point is that The Bible lays out all of these things. Other religious texts lay out all of this kind of behavior. And when you, particularly in the case of Islam, when you do not measure up to those set of behaviors, there's always going to be some punishment. Okay, in Islam, if you steal, you're going to have, in many countries, not all of them, many countries you might have your hand severed. Okay, if you commit adultery, the man and woman, they might be stoned, etc. But today in the West, today in America in particular, it's everything goes. You cannot call anyone out on their behavior. You cannot call, everything is a cultural and moral relativist position. If you try to uphold absolute levels of standards, you're going to be chastised, you're going to be castigated, etc. But I reject all of that. I think that a man has to stand firm on convictions, stand very firm on what you believe in. My father always taught us, all his 4 children, whatever it is you believe in, you believe in. You have to respect others for what they believe in, but you don't have to accept what they believe in. Okay, but for you as an individual, you need to stand firm and resolute in your convictions and what you believe in. You don't have to be closed-minded. You can be open-minded about things, and that's pretty much how I approach my life. I do my own research. I don't believe what people always tell me. I can remember many, many years ago, decades back, there was this thing going around in Black America which says there were more black men in prison than in college. And of course, it was all just garbage. It's all rubbish and nonsense. But if you don't go do the research and say, oh, well, let's see here, there are total number of incarcerated people in America is, say, 2 million. Wow, but the total number of black men in colleges and university is over 5 million. Okay, so again, it doesn't take much, and with the AI engines such as ChatGPT, Claude AI, which is one that I'm fond of, with all of this information at your fingertips, you can make better and more informed decisions. Now, when you go do the research, it might change your beliefs. It might have you reevaluate how you think about a particular issue because you now have new information. And you should use that information to change your beliefs if the information and the data goes contrary to what you believe. So you have to always do that. So what I want to leave everyone with this particular video, with this particular production is, people have standards in life, and don't sit back and think you have to accept everything that comes before you. No, everything doesn't go. You don't have to allow everything to go. You need to live by a moral code of conduct, and you need to apply that on a daily basis. It doesn't mean that you walk around like I'm just better than everybody else. I don't, have to respect anybody else. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm simply saying is, how about having standards, living by standards? And as a black man, I can say this with a straight face. I can tell you that in America today, January 9th, 2025, black men have very low standards. And we need to do something about that. Okay? So you all have a great day. Have an awesome day. Cultivate your life. Cultivate your existence. And be authentic always. Ciao.